Hey everybody, this is Dr. Laney again with my daughter Sarah, who you may remember from previous films when we were talking about her bout with depression. And you may or may not have heard in recent news that there are some concerns at the very highest level about the use of SSRIs. And so I thought we would talk with Sarah about the impact they've had in her life and friends that she knows and so many other people in her family and in the world in general, and why we as medical professionals are very concerned about this questioning of valid science and medical treatment. So most people her age probably don't know this, but do you know what SSRI stands for?
Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors.
She's good.
So it basically stops your brain from recycling the serotonin so fast, so it helps you retain it. Serotonin is the happy chemical that helps you be balanced and happy.
Correct. And do you think, well, first of all, you know medically that there have been plenty of studies that show patients can achieve remission from the severe depression faster if they do both counseling and medications. So do you do both counseling and medications?
Yes, I do.
Correct. And what medication are you on, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm on sertraline. The common name for it is Zoloft.
Right. Correct. In medical education, we're not supposed to use the brand names, but in real life, most people know the brand names better than the generic name. And how do you feel it's impacted you?
It's helped me. It's made my depression a lot more manageable and helped me be able to function a lot more easily in the world and day-to-day life.
Mm-hmm. And some people who are opposed to SSRIs for unclear reasons when they just help millions of people. But some people who are opposed say that the SSRIs somehow are making people violent. Does taking your medicine make you feel violent?
Not at all.
Thank you. And in fact, medically, scientifically, realistically speaking, what we would worry about is quite the opposite. In fact, that people with depression who weren't adequately treated or managed or received counseling would become violent, but only against themselves or end their own life. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the big concern I have, is so many people who are struggling or battling successfully, like Sarah, successfully battling mental health concerns, are having a very functional, productive life. They are important members of society. Nurses, doctors, lab techs, teachers, all the people you come across in your regular daily life could be functional and really doing very well because of their medications. And I shudder to think, I know just alone in the healthcare industry, if suddenly all of our nurses and front office ladies and administrators and doctors and everybody, do you know how many people are involved in running a hospital or a clinic? If they couldn't have access to life-helping medications, the whole healthcare industry could collapse. And that's just one example. There's plenty of other industries out there where people are, it's so important. People are not dependent, but functioning and succeeding because of the medicines. The other accusations have been that these medicines are somehow addictive. And we know in real life, if meds truly are addictive, and there is a thing, people have substance use disorder. It's a horrible opioid use disorder. It's horrible. And it has to do with receptors in their brain, and they almost can't help it. They need them so bad. And they have all these syndromes if they go without those opioids that they are literally, physically, violently ill. Have you ever missed one of your pills one day accidentally? Did you become seriously, literally, violently ill?
No.
Did you want to, hold up a 7-Eleven? No. I'm just not seeing this violence from the SSRIs. I'm not seeing this addictive potential of the SSRIs. I'm seeing that they help people achieve life. They help people live and function. And it makes me so sad to think of the kids and the young adults and the adults who need them. And if they were taken away or not accessible through their own private health care provider, their own physician, that is so wrong on so many levels, and it raises great concerns. Sarah doesn't have ADHD. I have plenty of patients who do. And those kids, while I do require personally a complete psychoeducational evaluation prior to starting meds, because those meds have much greater potential side effects than what she's on, the SSRIs, those children can function so much better in school and achieve their genuine potential based on their abilities instead of being distracted by their ADHD that can be treated and managed with meds. And so many other conditions can be treated and managed with meds so that people can live a fulfilling life, a happy life. I even worry think about the veterans and like the level of PTSD they often have from serving our country, from protecting us in battlefield type situations. And how could they not deserve the medicines they need to help them through the anxieties? I even see children, very young children with severe anxieties. And if they couldn't have access to medicines to treat anxiety disorders, they're too terrified, for example, to get out of the car in the morning in car riders on and go into school. That's how severely anxious they are. And it's not their fault, but they deserve to have a life. They deserve to have their anxieties calmed enough to be able to function and go to school. Any other final thoughts?
Just an analogy. It's like people who need medicines for mental illness and stuff like that. It's like if you have allergies and you need an allergy medicine. Like, you might be able to survive without it, but you're going to be miserable and it's going to be a lot harder. It's not your fault that you have allergies. It's just how you were born, and allergy medicine can help you. So there's nothing wrong with it, and it helps a lot.
Absolutely. And probably my biggest underlying fear is that this is going to set us back 100 years as far as the stigma involved with mental health. And that really makes me angry. Not only because it's affected our personal lives and our family, but it's affected everybody's family who hasn't been touched by mental illness. Guys, mental health is just health. And so that thought also gets me really riled up. So I don't want to be in prison for speaking out. So notice how I didn't use anybody's names or initials. No, I did not. This is a safe video, but I do want to be known for speaking out loudly for mental health and medicines that maintain mental health and are managed by your own healthcare provider. Hope this was helpful, guys. Thanks. Bye.